I'm Eric Scripseth, and this is my proposal for founding the Moshannon Creek Watershed Association. This is a map of the watershed. Moshannon Creek is located in west central Pennsylvania, and the watershed is the county line between Center County and Clearfield County for most of its length. The stream meanders considerably, but it flows generally from the southwest to the northeast. This graph shows acidity flowing into the west branch of the Susquehanna. On this graph, there are two distinct spikes. One of them is at Clearfield Creek, and the other is at the junction with Moshannon Creek. A lot of progress has been made in improving the water quality on Clearfield Creek. Much less progress has been made on Moshannon Creek. What is different? Clearfield Creek has a very active watershed association that has been around for at least 20 years. They have a well-respected technical advisor, and they've been very successful at getting funding to build treatment systems to deal with the mine drainage. And this is one contrast between them and Moshannon Creek. Moshannon Creek had a watershed association, a group named the Moshannon Creek Watershed Coalition. This group was very heavily dependent on its founder. They did try to continue when he retired and moved away from the area, but they finally shut down in 2014. The group was able to get recovery plans funded and completed for much of the watershed, but they've struggled to get much funding for treatment systems. The group that I propose creating will have these differences from the former group on Moshannon Creek. We'll try to start with a leadership team in order to avoid overdependence on the founder. We'll look for a credible technical advisor to be part of the team. We'll get members for the group from inside and outside of the watershed. There just are not enough people inside the watershed to tackle a problem of this size. The group will use social media messaging patterned on what the Eastern Pennsylvania Coalition for Abandoned Mine Reclamation does. They happen to be quite good at using social media. We'll identify small projects that can be completed early in the life of the organization, even if grant funds are scarce and we have to crowdsource the funding to build the projects. And we will manage expectations. This is a big project. It's likely to take a while. If this was easy, someone would have done it already. And it's important enough that someone needs to tackle this problem. Maybe the junction of the west branch of the Susquehanna and Moshannon Creek doesn't have to keep looking like this. We've made some progress to get started. A technical assistance grant from Trout Unlimited has been applied for the startup process for the group. This was done at their suggestion. The domain name MoshannonCreek.org was available and has been obtained. This was the same domain name the previous group used, and there are still references to the previous group online, and if a website was built at this address, people would find the new group searching and discovering the old one. And hopefully, we have found a technical advisor. There's a watershed manager for the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection who's very interested in this project. This is Moshannon Creek, near where it is crossed by Pennsylvania Highway 53, west of the village of Moshannon, Pennsylvania. This stream coming in from the side is Black Moshannon Creek. In this downstream direction, we are looking towards the west branch of the Susquehanna River. Upstream are the towns of Phillipsburg, Osceola Mills, and Houtsdale. The red color that you see in the rocks and the stream bed is due to iron and that is precipitating out of water that is impacted by abandoned mine drainage. This is Moshannon Creek, near where it is crossed by Pennsylvania Highway 53, west of the village of Moshannon, Pennsylvania. This stream coming in from the side is Black Moshannon Creek. In this downstream direction, we are looking towards the west branch of the Susquehanna River. Upstream are the towns of Phillipsburg, Osceola Mills, and Houtsdale. The red color that you see in the rocks and the stream bed is due to iron, and that is precipitating out of water that is impacted by abandoned mine drainage.